guys, welcome to another review video. I am really excited to be doing my second film review, this time on Karwaan. So if you're an online junkie like I am, you probably would have heard about this particular movie only because one of the most popular YouTubers, YouTube stars, happens to star in this film as well, and that is Mithila Palkar. Starting off with the phenomenal cast that is in this movie. I think this is one of the main reasons why people are so keen on watching this movie. I know I was, because like I said, one of the biggest YouTubers, Mithila Palkar, landed her first screen role with Irfaan Khan in this movie. She is in this movie as well as in Irfaan Khan, who, as we all know, is just a spectacular actor. And Dulquer Salmaan. It's just such a beautiful blend of regional actors coming together for a Bollywood mainstream cinema. You have Dulquer Salmaan, who is a Malayali actor, as a lot of people know here in the South. Believe it or not, I've actually met him in real life at one of the clubs here in Chennai, and he's super cute. So people were really excited in the South, especially to see him starring in his first Hindi film. Then you have Mithila Palkar, who has a massive online following because of her YouTube appearances, and of course she's also done a couple of roles in the Marathi film industry because she is Marathi. And then of course legendary Irfaan Khan, who, as we all know, has given us some unforgettable roles and films. So I think the audiences just kind of came together because the star cast just consisted of regional actors. Bring audiences together and get them even more excited for this story. Coming to the story itself is actually more, I feel like, a way to send across a message rather than having a particular plot or a climax or, detail into specific things. It's a very simple story, and they've given a great kind of humorous touch to it. And the reason why it works is because the writing is extremely snappy and it relates, I feel, to kind of all audiences and people across all ages. It's about realizing something bigger than you, realizing something that you should have realized a long time ago. And it's dealing with all these different emotions that I feel like we've all been through, and that is why, for me, it worked. The story worked. This is a different style that the director has picked up, which is more subdued and it's more subtle. So you really have to kind of keep up with the dialogue and with the interactions that the characters have with each other, and that is what is super phenomenal in this film. To be honest, when I saw the trailer, I kind of didn't connect to the trailer as much. It was a little too slow for me, so I was a little hesitant going in to watch it, but I was mistaken because of the screenplay. There were parts where I was just literally just cracking up, even though the comedy was subtle and it was sarcastic, but you had to pick up on the way the dialogues were put together in order to really get the humor. With that being said, the characters have amazing comic timing that, despite it not having that many dramatic or action-packed elements, you are still just tuned in the whole time. So the third thing, obviously, that works brilliantly is, of course, the acting. I don't even need to say it, but we have Irfaan Khan in this film. So knowing that, of course, the acting is going to be top-notch. But honestly, honest to God, Irfaan Khan steals the show. And in fact, a lot of his scenes reminded me of his role in Piku. A lot of it, though the character was slightly different here. But if you enjoyed that, you're definitely gonna enjoy him in this because he's even funnier. He's even sillier in this film, and he just kind of really, I think he was the main reason why the audience just kept laughing at anything and everything that came out of his mouth in this film. Like, people just couldn't stop laughing. As for Mithila, I love her. I have watched a lot of her web shows. I'm an avid fan of her. I love her. And one of the main reasons why is because she is just such a natural. She's such a natural in front of the camera. And I don't know if she's had theater training or not, but The most amazing thing about her is that she has this amazing ability to bring out such a beautiful natural chemistry with her co-actors. And she manages to do this well in every role that she's been in, from YouTube to web shows to her first feature film. And Dulquer in this film, his role is a little bit more subdued. He's sort of like the introvert in the film, and I think it works for him also because Hindi being a second language for him, this particular role suits him quite a bit, though I know he has done some phenomenal, really dynamic roles in the Malayalam film industry and other South Indian films. These three personified these three roles in the film just perfectly. And because of which it was just really easy to watch them, and it almost just felt like you saw a little bit of yourself in each of these characters. So when you watch the film, you're gonna know that it's a road trip, okay? And might be a little bit of a spoiler, but it is shot in South India. Okay, so there are some amazing scenic views that you get throughout the film. And the cinematography is done really well to capture all the beautiful scenic spots across South India. So there's really not that much that I would say I didn't like. All in all, this was a great film, and just me being extra picky, but there were some moments of the film that I felt like the writing kind of was lacking, in the sense that it was slightly a little underdeveloped, but there are some scenes and some parts of the story where you kind of wonder, oh, who is this character and what relevance does that character have to the main character? And they don't really go into much detail about that. And then there's also a part in the film that kind of goes in a different direction in the second half of the film, and it's just a really sudden shift. It's not necessarily unwanted. I felt it was slightly irrelevant to what the message of the film could have been. But again, like I said, the film doesn't really tend to focus on kind of follow like your generic step-by-step build-up that is supposed to kind of teach you the bigger lessons and more valuable lessons of life and of living. And I think that's the intention that the director has with the film, which definitely works. Those particular elements or scenes in the film threw me off a little bit and kind of felt a little random and unnecessary, but entertaining nevertheless. The second thing that kind of bothered me a little bit, this may be just because Hindi is sort of a second language to me. I don't really speak it and understand it as fluently as I do with English and Bengali. So it might just be me, but I felt like there were some parts in the film where the dialogue delivery was very, very bad. It's just very muffled, especially of Dulquer Salmaan's character. Now, I don't know if this is because Hindi is not his first language or what, but you know, it kind of ruined the attempt of delivering sort of like a punchline. So with all that being said, my overall rating with all of these points taken into consideration would probably be a 4.5 out of 5. But like I said, this is just a feel-good film about a bunch of characters that have been through stuff and are going through stuff that I'm sure you all have as well. And they touch upon emotions that we've all been through, everything from love to regret, to depression, to guilt, to feeling lost and hopeless, to discovering hope again, and ends off on a positive note, so don't worry about that. All in all, I thoroughly, really enjoyed this film, and it just makes me so excited to know that Bollywood, our film industry, is trying new types of stories and is really making an effort to kind of work with how the audiences have changed here in India, and trying new styles, new stories, and casting new people, you know, and not just your mainstream faces that you see in cinema all the time. So that's super exciting, and I just really hope that the industry does more of films like this, and I hope they do well, which is why I was really keen on doing a positive review on this particular film. And I am encouraging and recommending all of you guys to please go check out Karwaan. Take your friends, your family, your parents. You can watch it with really anyone. The second film review done and done. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Check me out on my Instagram at ThatGlobalDesi. I'm going to be posting details for a meetup that I will be conducting in Chennai at the end of this month. And it'll also be an opportunity for subscribers to be in a particular video. It's going to be the last video for this month that I will be organizing a meetup for. So be sure to be following me on my Instagram at ThatGlobalDesi for details on that. That I will be announcing. And that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Global Desi signing off. Until next time.